And I say to myself, what a wonderful game. That was something amazing, incredible, astonishing, refreshing. Barcelona-Inter. This is a game when you can consider yourself a lucky person if you've been on the stadium and watched in person. I cannot imagine how lucky are those guys who have been on that stadium this evening. Yay, that was incredible. But the start was very much in advantage of Inter because just their first attack and Thuram made something incredible, scored from Dumfries' assist from the second try, and oh well, yeah, this is the goal that will be remembered for sure. And after that, Barcelona was like a little bit shocked, but still they made a couple of attacks. And what happened then? Barcelona is strong in corners this season. Just remember how they destroyed Atletico Madrid. Well, destroyed when they played draw 4-4. Anyway, two goals were scored from the corner, and in this game, Inter scored from the corner. And what a goal was that! Back scissors from Dumfries. Wow, Dumfries really played for the player of the game. And if we check if he actually became the player of the game, yes, he actually became one. He got one assist, two goals, and player of the game. Well, that's an astonishing performance from Dumfries. But after that, Yamal showed why he's also one of the best and probably the best young players currently playing on the great football stage. Because yeah, Bellingham was great last season, but Yamal really rocks previous season and this one as well. So he scored a wonderful goal, like again just as he scored previously from the post. Yeah, and after that there was a wonderful attack that resulted in Rafinha's header to Ferran Torres, who went straight into the box and scored a wonderful goal. Then Barcelona lost Kunde, and he will not be playing for a couple of games and may be playing in the Champions League final. May Barcelona get there, but that's not 100% decided yet, as you know. And also, unfortunately for Inter, they have lost Lautaro Martinez. That's even bigger problem for Inzaghi than Koundé for Barcelona, because Barcelona can replace Koundé even though he is very good, but it's simply impossible to replace Lautaro. And in this game, I also want to say that Yamal just made fun of Dimarco big time. That's why Carlos Augusto replaced him. But I cannot say that that really solved the problem, because how can you solve Lamine Yamal's problem if you're an opposing team? I think there's just one way, but Inter players, even though they are not young, they are old and experienced guys. I think they should have knocked him out a couple of times. I mean, hit him in the ankle or something just a couple of times, so he wouldn't feel so relieved and be able to do actually everything that he can in the game. I think that's the only way you can deal with such players as Yamal nowadays. I know it may sound rude, it may sound unfair, but football is not a fair sport. It's actually a sport of money, and result is on the first place. Doesn't matter if you play good, better, or the best. If your opponent just hits you hard, that can actually make the difference in the end, because everybody forgets the game, but result, that's what remains. And that's what we can say if we remember how Rodri was injured by Tony Cross. Yeah, everybody knows that Rodri was hurt that in that game, and just recently he resumed to have just a little bit of training ground with Manchester City, and so yeah, this was a big injury for him. And what I can say, Tony Cross will be remembered for lots of things, and I think his legacy was a little bit darkened by this injury he made for Rodri, because he like hit him twice. And even though Spain won that game, but if they wouldn't have, everybody just would have remembered that Germany played well, they won the game, and how did they do it? It's not a big deal, but not in this case because they have lost. And coming back to this game, again, another corner and wonderful header from Dumfries. So yeah, Çalhanoğlu made a corner and Dumfries scored. After that, there was a corner from Barcelona because two goals from corners from Inter, and why not from Barcelona? Of course, they got their one. So again, Olmo made an assist, and Yamal just let the ball slide to Rafinha, who made a very crack shot that hit the bar, and from the bar, the ball just happened to hit Sommer and then return to the goal. So yeah, unfortunately, that's 3-3, and will be signed for Sommer as an own goal. And after that, there was a wonderful moment when just tiny bits of Mkhitaryan's fingers made him in the offside position. Well, I don't know. I think referee just made this assumption that Mkhitaryan was in offside position after the Dumfries assist, just because he thought so, um, and because it's impossible to spot this kind of offside position. So that's what we're going with, and with our modern technology, with goal line technology, and no, sorry, not goal line, but uh, offside, half automatic offside technology, we have seen that the goal was ruled out of the for the offside. Both teams had their moments, and in the end, I think the draw is the result that is kind of fair. So yeah, that's what I can say. And if we're coming back to this game again, Dumfries is the player of the game, that's for sure. Sommer made an 8 saves. Yeah. And as for the fantasy part, I can say it's very poor because Kunde didn't play till the end of the first half. It's 0 points. Arnautovic did not play at all. And there's just a limited number of attacking players. Taremi just went there and got 1 point, so it doesn't actually affect. Lautaro will not play, so minus Lautaro. That's for the next match day. Dembele injured. He will most likely not play versus Arsenal. Minus Koundé, minus Lautaro Martinez. Uh, it doesn't make any sense to put any forwards except for Doué because they will not be able to play because UEFA for some reason thinks that lots of players that are attacking players they are midfielders. So yeah, that's all I want to say about this wonderful game. And now let's talk a little bit about Thursday games. But before that, of course, my prediction. Got in this game, I got 16 points because it was doubled. Scoreline, 3 goals of Barcelona, that's what I guessed, but the score is obviously not 3-0. Barcelona didn't score first. This is not a correct score. Who would have guessed that the draw 2-2 will be after the first half? Yeah, right. Then Lautaro will not score in this game. Yeah, that's obvious. And Rafinha is not a player of the game. This was impossible to predict. So yeah, predictions will be coming like a little bit later. So let's not stop on this for a while. And let's move to the Europa League. Europa League. And first, I want to talk about Athletic Bilbao, Manchester United. So in this game, Garnacho scored early goal, which was ruled out of the offside. Then it was a corner, and Casemiro scored a wonderful header. And then something unusual happened. Something that didn't happen for a while. Um, Vivian was holding Højlund, and why I'm pointing this out, because it's been a while since there was a double penalty in the football, especially if you consider that there is a VAR. First, referee didn't notice that fall, but if you look at the replay, it actually was there. So yeah, I think that's the fall actually happened because he turned Højlund around while he was running for the ball. But to be honest, okay, that's a foul in the box. That's a penalty. But why is that a red card? It's crystal clear that if players are making a foul in the box, it's a yellow card and a penalty. If outside of the box and it's a last hope foul, then it's a red card and a free kick. And for some reason, ref decided that this was like a last hope foul. I'm not sure about that because if you look closer at that moment, uh, it was not 100% clear that Højlund would have actually scored. Yes, there was a foul. Vivian did not let Højlund get to the ball, but it was not 100% chance that Højlund will actually score, and that will be like a 1-1 situation. So it's a foul, it's a yellow, and it's a penalty, but it's not a red card. And some some Bilbao fans may even argue because it was not obvious at first, but I think that there was a foul, but it's not a red card. And that red card and penalty, they actually broke the game. And after Bruno Fernandes scored this goal, well, yeah, the game was almost over. And while I was watching it, I was like thinking, oh, I would just wish that Man United didn't score the third goal, because if they score the third goal, the second half will be just with one question: how many more goals would Manchester United like to score? Because Athletic will not be able to do anything, because third goal, it will simply kill the game. And they scored the third goal, so yeah, as you can see in the end. Lots of changes from United. By the way, there were two changes. DeMarcus and Berenguer were changed with Garzabal and Paredes in before the halftime whistle. And yeah, it was incredible, wonderful performance from Manchester United. They didn't leave Athletic Bilbao any chance, to be honest. Not many chances Athletic had, and no shots on target in the second half. So yeah, that was just the game that Manchester United played brilliantly, and well, Valverde could do nothing to help his team. So yeah, that's what I can say about this game. I think the result of the first half of the first game pretty much says it all about the second game. I don't think that Bilbao will be able to move it, but I would not be so sure that Manchester United will play in the final against Tottenham, even though Hotspurs made a very good step towards the final. So yeah, let's talk about Tottenham-Bodo Glimt. It was a really quick goal for Tottenham Hotspurs. Johnson scored from the wonderful assist of Richarlison. It can be compared with the assist of Rafinha in the game of Barcelona, but against Inter, but it was a little bit different. So again, quick goal. Then Madison scored a second goal from assist of Porro, and there also was a penalty which Solanke scored after Bjorkan made the foul. And yeah, there was a penalty, no doubt there. And the only two actually bad things for Tottenham Hotspurs is that they have lost Madison and Solanke, two guys who have scored in this game because of injuries, and they will most likely not play in their second game. And that's a big chance for Bodo Glimt, especially if you consider that Kjaer changed Fed and made an assist to Southness. Yeah, this was a ricochet after the Southness's attempt, but anyway, it resulted in a goal. So yeah, Spurs won, but two goals. It's not something that Bodo Glimt cannot pay back, and they have shown previously that they actually can, and they did it. So I think the second game will be very much interesting, and it will have more intrigue than the game of Manchester United and Athletic. So we will see who will reach the final. Yes, of course, Tottenham is like one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break to this final than Bodo Glimt, but there's still 90 minutes to prove it. 90, probably even plus minutes. So, yeah, before we go to the Europa League, just quickly about my predictions. So, as you can see, I have guessed a lot in Athletic Bilbao Manchester United. Not the score, actually, that was 100 degrees, not the first goal of Athletic, but all other things, a penalty, score of Bruno Fernandes, Athletic will not keep a clean sheet and go in the first half. So yeah, I guessed all that things, and not much here. Just the goal in the second half, and the Tottenham will not keep a clean sheet. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to Conference League and two games of Conference League. I didn't watch them. You know why? Because I have been watching two Europa League games and it's just impossible to watch four of them. I was expecting Enzo Fernandez to score. That's where I can show you here in this game. Yeah, I thought he would score first, and the Chelsea will not keep a clean sheet. Go in this first half. So I thought more of Jurgarden than they actually could have and showed in this game. So yeah, unfortunately, Chelsea just decided the result of this duel in the first game. I don't think that Jurgarden will be able to score that much. But Enzo Fernandez, instead of scoring, made two wonderful assists to Sancho and Madueke. And in the second half, also Palmer and Caicedo went on field together with Jackson, all after the halftime, and they just closed this game. So yeah, even though Jurgarden scored one goal back, that did not actually affect the final result. And if we talk about Betis Fiorentina, also not much to talk about there. I guessed a little bit of score here. Go in the first half. Bakambu will not score. By Bakambu, I don't know. I was thinking about Mandragora maybe or Anthony. And yeah, Eswazuli and Anthony scored for Betis, and Ranieri left a bit of chances to Fiorentina for the second game. Even though they have lost Cataldi, I think Fiorentina still has better chances than Betis, even though lots of people, Anthony Goat fans, hope that Anthony will make it to the final. So he could actually win two medals for Manchester United if they win Europa League, because he belongs to Manchester United, and for Betis, because playing for Betis, getting to the final. We will see about that. So I have shown you my predictions, and yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with you. I will be watching Manchester City Wolves game just probably in 20 or something minutes, And if it will be something of interest in terms of result, I may also post a video about that, but I'm not sure about that. We will see later. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Stay safe and stay happy.